Hello and welcome back. And in this video, we're going to be starting our core data related work. So let's go ahead and first go ahead and collapse this controls and take a look at services. So we have this XC data model created, and we don't have anything in here. So we're going to actually populate this, create an entity here. And even before that, let's go ahead and check app delegate. So if you scroll down at app delegate, first thing you're going to notice is because we checked that check that checkbox of core data, um, app delegate has imported core data as a part of the module. And then you have this persistence container that is created, which is referring to that file that is created, exceed data model. And this is the persistent container, and this is the context that's actually being saved. So these two functions are something that we're going to utilize within our program. Now, if you go into your scene delegate, you're going to notice that scene delegate also has persistent container is passed as a view context, and a manage object context is basically passed as an environment. So that's actually all passed into our content view, so we can directly use content view by just saying add environment manage object context. But we're not going to use that. The reason is I want to actually keep this code in such a way where whenever you need to change your data model, you can change it without touching your UI. So we're gonna be because we are following MVVM, what we're gonna do is we're gonna create our own data manager by hand, and that gives us actually flexibility that if, let's say, in future you want to change this data persistence mechanism to basically use realm, then you can use that. Okay, so this direct injection of manage object context works. It works great, but for more enterprise level scenarios, it's actually better to keep your code decoupled. So that's what we are going to follow. So let's go ahead and go back to our XC data model, and we are going to be creating a to-do entity. So let's go ahead and create that. I'm gonna click on add entity. Oh, too many. Okay, so let's rename this as to-do. Okay, and we're gonna add three properties. So we're gonna add completed. Okay, gonna add text, which is gonna be of type string, and we're gonna add ID, which is gonna be of type UUID. Okay, so those are going to be our properties. Now save it. Now what this will do is basically this will generate classes for us for this entity, because we have code generation selected, or by default it's selected as class definition. Okay, so that's all good. Now let's go ahead and go to your services, right click and create a new file, and we're going to select Swift file, and we're going to call this core data manager. Okay, and this is where we're gonna write our functionality. So we're gonna import UI kit, because we may need something from UI kit framework, and basically UI application we're gonna need. So we're gonna write an extension first for ns managed object. Okay, ns managed object context actually, and we're gonna simply say static var current ns managed object. And first let's get the delegate. So we're gonna fetch the current ns managed object context from app delegate that it has created. This object context right here. So it has this a persistence container that gives us a view context just like this. This view context right here is basically manage object manage and it's managed object context, which is what we need. So what we're going to do is we're going to create this extension. That way we can just say ns manage object context dot current dot basically dot current, and it's going to give us manage object context for that purpose. Okay. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead and get our app delegate and the way we access the app delegate is UI application dot share dot delegate, and we're gonna force unwrap this because this is actually passed as a regular delegate. So we're gonna say it's gonna be app delegate, and we know this force unwrap is not gonna fail because that's app delegate conversion is always gonna succeed. So app delegate, so we're gonna return app delegate, this one, persistence container dot view context. Okay, so this gives us access to ns manage object context, and from here on we can create our core data manager. And now it becomes easy because we can actually simply create a singleton here, say shared core data manager, and this is going to take a as manage object context dot current. Now where is this initializer? Well, we're going to create that. So we're going to first create manage object managed context. Okay, so reason we are creating private init because we want to create this as a singleton. So we will initialize it right here, and we have access to that because it's a private and it's within the class itself, and this is going to be a final class, so that will help us in the compilation as well. And we are simply going to say self dot manage context is equal to moc. All right. So with this, our setup is ready for us to use data, basically core data manager, and access that entity that we have created within XCData model file. So in the next video, we're gonna start basically creating our helper functions that are gonna help us get to dos, save to dos, remove, and update to dos. Okay, so we are going to be creating all those functions in the next video. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.